What's up YouTube, it's your boy Breakfast, and we're back with another Black Ops 7 Mastery Camo video. This time we got Doomsteel on display. This is the last Mastery Camo you get before Infestation, and let's talk about it real quick. It's got this nice greenish wave throughout the gun and whatnot, and then it's got this goldenish, brownish type water mills. I thought these were clock wheels or clocks at first, but these are water mills. Don't let it fool you. So yesterday was New Year's, and we had 3 college football games to start for New Year, and boy, oh boy, in that Oregon-Texas Tech game, I'm not gonna lie, I did have some expectations a little bit from Texas Tech, and then I saw they got shut out, and I was absolutely just abolished. I was watching the game with my friend at his house, and the game was just such like a slugfest, especially from Texas Tech. I like fell asleep on the chair for the whole game of like 3 hours, and then I woke up and it was like 23-0, and I was like, well, I'm glad I fell asleep because this was a horrible game to watch. Like, it wasn't even an impressive win by Oregon because like I don't even think Oregon even played that well too. Like only 23-0. I don't know if Oregon's path to the championship is going to be as easy as it seems. I mean, they had JMU, and then they played a crappy out of performance Tech, so it's like their path has been kind of easy, but you know they're going to play Indiana, and Indiana beat them in their home stadium last time, so I don't really know if Oregon's got a lot of a shot against Indiana. Indiana's just so well polished and disciplined. I mean, it's just so beautiful to watch them play, honestly. As much as they're like a goober team to watch, it's just they're polished in every way. Don't get me wrong, Tech had a hell of a game in the Big 12 championship, but then they went on that slump of the first round bye, and my God, they just came out looking like dog water. Important to notice too that since last year and this year, every team that's had a first round bye has been eliminated except Indiana this year. You can go Google it and look up the research, do the facts checking yourself. Every team that's had a first round bye has lost last year and this year. So I think next year, word of advice, don't be a top 4 seeded team unless you are Indiana, because if you aren't, then you're getting eliminated. Speaking of Indiana, can we talk about the Indiana-Bama game? I know that wasn't a lot to watch, but dude, when has Alabama ever, even though Nick Saban is gone, Alabama in general, when have they ever been held to 3 points? I mean, Indiana absolutely steamrolled them to a T, dude. I enjoyed watching that game every second. Like, it was definitely neck and neck for like the first quarter, and then the second quarter, it's like Indiana started slowly putting the pieces together, and then the run game started working out perfectly, and it started compensating for the passing game. Then the passing game was working out perfectly. I mean, it was just absolute anarchy between Indiana and Alabama, how Alabama allowed themselves to get steamrolled by Indiana. You can't discredit Indiana, man. And not to mention, like, half their rosters are from JMU because Kurt Cignetti's from JMU, so he took like half the JMU kids to Indiana, and then they go play in the Big Ten. So it's like those little Sunbelt kids definitely had chances or opportunities to play in the Big Ten, but I guess the coaches before then couldn't see that. And those kids are sure as hell making those coaches look silly now. Speaking of Kurt, man, Kurt Cignetti is an absolute meme, bro. Every camera cut that they did to him in the first half was absolutely hilarious. His facial expressions, absolute meme expressions to the T. This guy's so funny. Did y'all see the clip of him and Pat McAfee before the game even started? Pat's over there flexing his muscles like, yeah, let's go. And then Kurt over there looks with his hands on his hip, gives the finger shooting sign and points at him. I'm like, dude, that's just so bold and cocky before the game even starts too, bro. Like, that's just so legend. You don't do that unless you're completely confident. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Kurt was confident as all hell. Only second year in Indiana, and he's already taken them to the college football playoff semifinals, and damn near knocking on the verge of taking them to the championship. So you may want to give Indiana the respect they deserve. Mendoza's legit, the team is legit, polished, everything head to toe, quarterback, receivers, linemen, running backs, linebackers, defensive tackles, corner, safety. I mean, everyone was literally contributing on every single level, bro. This Indiana team's truly exciting to watch. They're legit in every way. Mendoza's post interview was so hilarious, bro. I love the guy so much. He's an absolute dog. The last game, that Ole Miss and that Georgia game, man, oh man, absolutely had my money in Ole Miss, and I'm glad to see it come through. But man, those refs were doing everything in their power and their will to make sure that Ole Miss lost, and they got their $400K bonus from Kirby Smart in Georgia. And Gunnar Stockton needs to stop jumping in the air when he throws the ball. He got knocked too many times. But let me tell you, man, they came out swinging, and they tried. They really tried. Ole Miss was low-key on the verge of blowing the games here and there and whatnot, but same as Georgia. But I think Ole Miss was totally in control, and that they were just confident. It's crazy how they should have won in the regular season when they had Lane Kiffin, but it's kind of funny how without Lane Kiffin, they won. But I also thought that they were going to win regardless if they had Lane Kiffin. Just imagine how more dramatic it would have been if Lane Kiffin was there, because, you know, he probably would have been talking mad shit and whatnot. But the game in the regular season was close. Mind you, they were playing in Georgia's stadium, so they lost, so they had home field advantage. But it's just something, dude, when you play these games on neutral sites, it's definitely a different atmosphere and different advantage for the away team. Plus the fact that it's always hard to beat a team a second time. Trinidad champless, man. D2, two-time back-to-back D2 state champ. I don't think half the world knew that except I did, but that the fact that he still transferred to Ole Miss, was a backup, starting quarterback gets hurt, he steps up, takes him to the freaking semifinals. This dude's legit, bro. He'll be a first-round quarterback. I'll tell you what, too. I think he's played. This will be his third. He's technically good for draft eligibility since believe over. He's done his 3 years in college football. Now, if he stays another year, it's definitely to help his draft stock, and I wouldn't blame him because he's only had 1 year of FBS ball experience underneath his resume. So I think another year would help with his draft stock. But I mean, if he wins the national championship, can you blame the guy if he wanted to ride off into the sunset? I mean, geez, man, I don't know, dog. It's been a crazy college football playoffs kind of so far. I mean, the whole Miami getting the favor over Notre Dame and the snub gate and all that. I guess that's what we're going to call it, snub gate. But Miami showing that they're capable. Indiana with the Cinderella story. Alabama with the choke job. Teams with first-round buys again getting constantly knocked out, except Indiana. It's been a fun college football playoffs for me to watch so far, and I'm definitely excited for what's to come next week because I'll tell you what, I got my money on Indiana and Miami to make it to the finals, and that's honestly who I want to see face off. But I'm 100% on the fact that Indiana will be Oregon again, especially that they're not playing in Eugene, and I will take Miami beating Ole Miss, although I think that game's going to come down to neck and neck. Ole Miss is good, but I think that Miami defense can hold them off a little bit to give their offense more looks for Miami. So it'll be interesting, but if you ask me who I got for the finals, I got to go Miami and Indiana. Guess we'll find out next week.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.